Alright, I'm kind of jumping around with the steps and uploading them. I'm not uploading them in chronological order, but they will be in chronological order in my playlist. So we're putting the cars together in this step. And for a long time, I did not use JB Weld. And I used like regular, like super glue, and it would cause the windshields on the cars to fog up, or other problems, and a lot of them are just not reliable, are just not strong enough to bond the plastic to the bodies. So I was told to start using this, and ever since I began using JB Weld, I haven't really had a problem. So you get two tubes when you should look for the two tubes. The red one, the hardener, and the black one is the steel. And you pour a little bit out, and you have to mix the two together, just like this, and you'll get a nice solid gray. And that's when you know that it's ready to go. And to my knowledge, I'm gonna have to set this down for just a moment. To my knowledge, you just empty out an equal amount of however much you think you need. I just normally guess. I'm doing 3 cars here, so this should be good. Alright. So it's all mixed up. And you probably don't want to do this on the floor. You probably want something underneath. I'm just kind of doing this on a whim here. But let's do it. Let's do it on something. Why not? So I have my 3 vehicles here. Sorry, I'm not really set up or ready for this yet. But I have a Haley Deegan car. I've got Daniel Viet's car. And a Timmy Hill fictional here that we're going to put together in this video. So, how I start off, let's let a little more light come in from the window here. How I normally start off, I take a little gob of this, and I go where the rivet once was, and I start there, just so that I know I'm going to create a good bond. And you can be kind of generous with this. Don't worry about getting it in the inside. Maybe worry about getting it in the splitter, you know, or that you don't want it showing anywhere. You certainly don't want to get it on the windshield, anything like that. That might be a little too much there. Yeah, alright, so this gets interesting. So let's pop this out. Alright, and now I'm going to try to line everything up. I have my dash piece and my windshields all glued in, so I don't have to worry about those falling. So now I'm going to take them, put that together, make sure everything is aligned, which it is there, so that when it does glue, the wheels aren't off, so it will roll properly when we get it to upright and hardened. So now we see that the glue that we've already put in is kind of protruding through. I like to put a little more in, and you can probably tell that this isn't the first attempt that I've done with this JB Weld. The first time didn't really go well, and that was my fault. It wasn't the fault of the glue. But now I'm going to smooth it out so that it makes contact with this plastic, and we kind of create a seal. And I don't want it to stretch out, droop down, because when it hardens, not only do you see that, but it's kind of cumbersome if you want the wheels to roll. There. And no, that doesn't look the prettiest, but I just realized I didn't have that pointing at the actual hole. But it doesn't look the prettiest, but that's alright. You know, not all the cars I make are winners, or really any of them for that matter. Yeah, we just want to smooth that out. Just like that. Ready to seal. I don't like any gaps where there's where the glue didn't go to, because I think that just creates worry that that there's even less of a bond, even less strength between that rivet or between that metal and that plastic that the glue is not taking care of. So yeah, anyway, there it is. It looks like things don't line up properly in the back here, but I assure you, everything should work. They've used the same Camaro bodies since 2019, and it looks like they're going to have the same for this year as well. So all of those parts are pretty much interchangeable. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, there's that. We'll do a few more. We'll do a couple more together, just to kind of get the idea down. I can set that over there. That's fine. Okay, here's the Haley car. Haley Deegan, that is. You might want to put down maybe a paper towel underneath the roof if you're setting the cars upside down like this, just to prevent any scuffing or scratching. I don't think it would, but if it makes you feel a little bit better, then, you know, go for it. If you want to make high quality stuff, you can never be too careful. I've had 100 different things go wrong in this process, and I to be honest with you, I've never really had a perfect car. So, alright, got that. Hold the phone with my feet and my knee here. So that's the best I can do right now. And slip that together. Okay. I don't really see the glue coming out on this side here, but I'll let you know if that fails. I'll let you know if that's really a must if we want this JB Weld to be showing through when we put this bottom in. I'm going to have to set the phone down. This is really a two-hand job here. Try to smooth that out as much as you can. Haley finished 20th on Saturday. It's probably one of her better runs this year. She's really had a tough go of it. And from the sounds of it, those wrecks aren't really her fault. The blown tire at Darlington, I don't think was. I don't know if the lap car hit her or she hit the lap car. But I really don't think she's quite as bad as people make her out to be. the same can't really be said for Natalie Decker, unfortunately. But yeah, anyway, here's, if it can focus. Oh, come on. Silly thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So it's not perfectly smooth, but we'll go through and just, for good measure, just kind of. And there I go getting it on the splitter, but whatever. I kept kind of tucking in that glue there. There we go. All right. No, not all right. Here. I'm going to use my clear end to kind of, I'm trying to use my clear end to scrape off that glue on the splitter. Yeah, that's alright. Okay. You also want to make sure that your fingers don't have any glue on them. Maybe wear gloves, but even when you wear gloves, it's like you may not know that there's crap on the gloves, and then you go to touch the car to move it or something, and then you get it on the side, and obviously, I think it even says it on the tubes. It might be a skin irritant. This stuff kind of stinks, scent-wise. It's good in every other way, I suppose. Alright. You kind of get the picture, but we'll do this Timmy Hill car together, too. Why not? This was also a car that I had attempted before, but that failed because the strength on it wasn't too good. Wound up snapping when I did my strength test. Alright, that might be a little too much on that. A little bit too much. That's okay. It's happy accidents here. That's all. That's all they are. Okay. Yeah, I need to remember to actually point my camera at the car as I'm doing this. Okay. This little persnickety won't come off. Okay, now it did. And now put our wheels in. Yeah, when you take these apart, just try not to bend the undercarriage piece too much. Try to make a nice clean hole through if you can, because then it just creates a problem trying to put it back together. And you don't want that. You want it to just be a nice, easy ordeal. Or a nice, easy thing. Ordeal, no. Just a nice, easy process, I should say. Alright. Okay. Take a little gob of this again. Seal it in. Doug Mount's way better at doing this than I am. I'm going to have to set this down again. Put a little too much on this side, so I'll just try to smooth it, and then whenever excess, I'll just brush off on the side there. Ooh, oh no, that's not good. But not to worry, it's not dried, so I can just kind of brush it off a little here. I wouldn't advise doing this, but I'm just going to use my finger. Just kind of rub it away. I don't even know if you're able to see that right now or not. This could be a better setup. But anyway, there it is. That's that doesn't look too pretty, but then again, this was a second attempt. Yeah, that's not good. Don't do that. Don't put too much on. Or else you'll end up with a car that looks just, eh. Granted, it is underneath. I still care about the underneath of the cars. I actually haven't really done this in a while either, so let's see if we can kind of clean this up a little with something else. Yeah, it's alright. I might end up clamping this car as well. And what you can do is if you have maybe some cloths or something, you can wrap it around the car and then clamp it with maybe a chip bag or something. Make sure it's wide enough so that it doesn't like accidentally slip off and take some paint with it or whatever. But I have done that a few times and I've had some really good results from that. Or you could just take some clips from the hardware store, whatever works, some clamps. But yeah, this is the fictional Timmy Hill car that I put together. So I ran out of Xfinity Super Bodies, so I just decided to do that instead. Alright, so could have been a better video, but I think you get the gist. JB Weld is the way to go for putting cars together, and I will show you the final results when these dry.